about the U.S. basketball team versus South Sudan, and then tell you it was an exhibition game, so I think they got a couple more games so they, to the Olympics starts, and the Olympics starts next week. The Olympics starts next week, so I think they have one or two more exhibition games. But this exhibition game, it was down to the wire. So the U.S. and South Sudan, they was very, very close, and they beat South Sudan by 1 point. Now, as a U.S. basketball team, we're supposed to be very, very dominant because so much talent we have on our team. We got LeBron James, who sealed the deal. He had 23 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. The second leading scorer was Anthony Davis. He has 5 letter rebounds. Also, Joel Embiid had 14 points and 7 rebounds. Now, Joel Embiid a couple of days ago, he kind of called out LeBron James in a way of saying, "Hey, LeBron James not what he used to be, as we all know. He's going to be 40 years old in December." And Joel Embiid was kind of worried about how they'll be ready for the Olympics. As for the game that happened the other day with the South Sudan, which South Sudan just came into the U.S. FIBA last year of the World Championships and everything. They just got qualified last year for the World Championship last year, and now they're a good team that they're gonna compete in the Olympics as well. So how the U.S. looks right now? They're not looking so dominant, and that's why people was like kind of talking about how how can you beat Sudan just by 1 point? You got all the talent in the world on your team. But some of these international teams, they are very, very skilled, and it's going. Like I said, I still believe that U.S. can win gold, but to me, it's going to be very, very tough competition. And South Sudan showed them that, and when they hit to the Olympics, it's going to be super, super tough. So, Rodney, I'm going to go to you. Even though U.S. beat South Sudan, do you think the U.S. team is still dominant? Still the more dominant team, and actually still can win gold to what your take is.
Yeah, of course. I think they can still win gold. Prime example, you had LeBron James who made that final winning shot. We brought the team over for the victory against Sudan. See, people keep forgetting when it comes to the international team, those guys just don't play for money. They play for food. They play for their family. We in the United States, we play for money. So that's the only difference between them and us. But however, we do have professional basketball players like LeBron James, Steph Curry, Joel Embiid, all those guys that's there, that's ready to play and to pretty much win the goal for us too, so we could be right back on top. So I think this one, especially with the exhibition game, it kind of showed that we kind of shaky in some areas, but I think there's gonna be many more improvement as we get closer and closer to getting the goal. And I think the U.S. gonna win the goal this year, and I'm happy because finally LeBron finally get his goal because he's been waiting for a very long time. Everybody say that will solidify his legacy if he has a gold medal. Go ahead, Akeem.
So for me, there's always been a misconception that before U.S. has always been top tier. But when you start opening up the gates to other different places, they're far more way better players. I think that we need to understand that now the opportunity of basketball, since the NBA had made their initiative to spread basketball all over the Africa. Now, people forget that they had an initiative a couple years ago. They always been over to Europe. So this just say that we're going to see a couple remarkable things coming in the next couple years. You know what I mean? I was surprised to even hear South Sudan can even ball like that. I didn't know they could play ball, just like didn't know the Slovakians could play ball. You know what I mean? Or Spain or any other of these places. But it's just imperative to learn that, hey, man, people need to be understanding what's coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, that's true. And it always goes about what the NBA wanted to do with their league. Back all the way down, all the way back in time when Michael Jordan's playing the league with the Dream Team. They wanted to globalize the game, which they have done that. And now we see from all the way to the 1992 with the Dream Team, also with the 2008 with Dean Team, and all the way to now the team we have right now, which people think is a dominant team. And the NBA wanted to make it globalized from all parts of the country, from China, certain parts of Africa, as you see Sudan, France, and all sorts of European countries as well. And you can see in the last 10 years how you see a lot more international players are coming to the league. As you can see, our last few MVPs, Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, who might win MVP next year. You got Giannis. You got really the top 5 players that you could name are really international players. And you can see how the NBA did a good job globalizing the game. And you can see how the U.S. almost lost to Sudan because there's a lot of international players that they can see and say, hey, if I know how to play basketball, I have a shot not just go to the NBA, also maybe go to college and play for the NBA, also play for the G League, get my skills up, and maybe in the future I might get drafted and play in the NBA. So this, like I said, this Olympics is going to be tough for them. You got, like I said, Canada. I think they can still be Canada because they don't have the size, but Canada will be up there. France will be there. Germany and all other teams will be there. Also with Nikola Jokic, for his country, and Luka Doncic in his country as well. They will be. And the thing is, you guys, these international players, they've been playing together for a long time. With the U.S. team, they just started playing like a month or two ago because they have their separate teams. So these countries that they play for a long time, so they have that great chemistry of know how to play. And also the rules are just a little bit changed. The 3-point shot is a little bit shorter. There's no goaltending in the Olympic Games, and also there's no 3-second call for the defense as well. So the Olympic game rules is totally a little bit different for the NBA rules. So, and these players who's been playing with the World Championship game rules, they know how to have the chemistry, they know how to work with each other. That's why you see what happened in South Sudan that say, hey, it got a little close and everything. But end of the day, I still feel like U.S. can win. They got the talented team, and they're gonna bring in the goal. It's gonna be tough for them.